This report presents a detailed analysis of the cost volume profit (CVP) structure of Innocraft Textile Sdn Bhd, a company specializing in suitable and smart home textile. This report will begin with a reproduction of the 2024 income statement in a CVP-friendly format and continue with in-depth calculation of key CVP components. So here is the income statement of Innocraft Textile Sdn Bhd for the year end 21 December 2024. So we can look at sale revenue. The amount is 2,500,000 and we'll minus the total variable cost, and the variable production cost is 1,250,000 and sales commission is 300,000, and we'll get the total variable cost is 1,550,000 and the contribution margin is 950,000, and we'll minus about the total fixed cost, which is fixed manufacturing overhead is 240,000 and digital marketing fixed with 70,000 and website maintaining fixed is 20,000 and factory rental 60,000, administrative salaries is 120,000 and utilities and insurance is 30,000. So we will get the total fixed cost is 540,000 and the net income is 410,000. So this is the calculation for CVP. First is sale price per unit for the product is 25 ringgit per unit and the total variable cost is 1,550,000 ringgit. Variable cost per unit 15 ringgit and 50 cent per unit. Variable cost to sale price ratio 50%. Total fixed cost is 540,000 ringgit. Contribution margin per unit is 9 ringgit and 50 cent per unit. Contribution margin ratio is 38%. Break-even point BEP in unit is 56,842.11 units. Break-even point BEP in amount 1,421,052 ringgit and 63 cents. And for the net income to sales ratio is 60.4%.
Hello and welcome. My name is Praveen Paul, and this presentation focuses on two scenarios under our CVP analysis for Innocraft Textiles Sdn Bhd, target sales analysis and the price adjustment strategy for 2025. In scenario 1, the company wants to achieve a 28% net income to sales ratio. We assume a 4% increase in raw material costs, increasing the total variable cost per unit to RM16. Fixed costs remain unchanged, and the selling price stays at RM25 per unit. To reach the target, Innocraft must sell 27,000 units, generating RM6.7 million in sales. This is a significant increase from 2024, where they sold 1,000 units. This strategy focuses on boosting volume to drive profit. Scenario 2 assumes that Innocraft cannot sell more than 100,000 units. The objective remains the same, achieving a 28% net income to sales ratio, with the variable cost at RM16 per unit and fixed costs unchanged. We need to calculate the new selling price. To meet the profit target without increasing volume, the new required selling price is RM29.72 per unit. This is an increase of nearly 90%, which could affect customer demand and market competitiveness. Scenario 1 is operationally demanding but achievable if production capacity allows. Scenario 2 presents market risk, as a steep price hike might not be accepted in a price-sensitive industry. Strategic value additions will be needed to justify the new price.
Good day, Doctor. I'm here to explain about Scenario 3, which focuses on Innocraft Textiles marketing strategy to improve profitability through enhanced marketing and cost efficiency improvement in the year 2025. So in response to rising raw material costs, the company plans to set the new selling price at 28 ringgit per unit, while also increasing the sales commission from 12% to 16%. Additionally, they aim to double the sales volume from 100,000 to 200,000 units and reduce total fixed cost by 30% despite increasing the digital marketing budget. Okay, so let's break it down financially. The new variable cost per unit increases slightly due to a 4% hike in raw material prices, pushing the variable production cost to 13 ringgit per unit. So with the updated commission of 16%, total variable cost per unit becomes 17 ringgit 48 cents. So the contribution margin per unit is 10 ringgit 52 cents, in which we take 28 ringgit minus the amount of 17 ringgit 48 cents, you get 10 ringgit and 52 cents. So after scaling fixed costs down by 30%, the total fixed cost is now reduced from 540,000 to 378,000 ringgit. So by multiplying 200,000 units by the contribution margin and subtracting the fixed cost just now, we get a net income of 1,726 ringgit, 1,726,368 ringgit and target. This shows that the proposed plan is financially sound and sustainable. However, we must also consider non-financial factors. For example, like market response to a higher commission, the effectiveness of increased marketing, and potential capacity strain from 100% sales growth. So in summary, this scenario not only achieves the income goal but also helps to strengthen brand awareness and operational efficiency.
Before I begin, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Wong Pei Shan and my matrix number is 304506. And today I will be discussing scenario 4, product enhancement plan. Before we can proceed to the calculation, we must first make some assumptions. The selling price per unit, sales commission rate, and fixed cost are all unchanged, whereas the 4% raw material cost is included in the 57% cost of goods sold ratio. The sales volume increase is 150% of 2024 volume, and that there are no other changes except the ones stated in the question. 2024 data from the financial statement. We now need to calculate the changes in 2025. So the new unit sold is 250,000 units. The total sales revenue is now 6,250,000. The variable cost of goods sold ratio is now 3,562,500, whereas the operating expenses, sales commission is now 750,000 ringgit. Digital marketing expense is now 91,000 ringgit. We now need to calculate the net income sales ratio, and in order to do that, we need to use ratio equals to net income divided by sales times 100%. And to get the net income, we need to use contribution margin minus total fixed cost, and then we will get 1,376,500 divided by sales, which is 6,250,000 times 100%. Then we will get the total value of 22.02%. The key CVP takeaways from this scenario is volume versus profitability. Higher sales alone won't work if the contribution margin per unit is low. The cost control matters. Reducing variable costs such as negotiating raw material prices is also extremely critical, and pricing power, if the product enhancement allows a price increase such as maybe 28 ringgit per unit, we can recalculate to see if the target is achievable. Final evaluation, the 2025 target ratio is 28%, but the achieved ratio is only 22.02%. In conclusion, the plan fails to meet the 28% target since 22.02% is less than 28%.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Izatul Masida. My metric number is 305586. In this presentation, I will analyze scenario 5, sales force restructuring for Innocraft Textiles. The company is considering two options to improve sales in 2025, either commission for external agents or switch to an in-house sales team. The first option is to increase external agents' commissions from 12% to 18%. This is expected to increase sales by 50% or 150,000 units. The total net income is 585,000 ringgit Malaysia with a net income to sales ratio of 15.6%. While option 2 is to hire 8 full-time in-house sales staff with a 4% commission. This is expected to boost sales by 70% or 170,000 units. The projected net income is 1,166,800 ringgit Malaysia and the net income to sales ratio is 27.45%. Based on our analysis, we recommend option 2, the in-house sales team. These options gives nearly double net income compared to external agents. It also brings the company very close to the 28% target net income to sales ratio for 2025. While it aids fixed salary costs, it provides long-term benefits and sustainability. In conclusion, the in-house sales team is the more cost-effective and strategic option. It improves profits margins and supports the company growth goals in the competitive market. That's all from me. Thank you.
So after conducting a thorough cost volume profit analysis across all proposed scenarios, we have developed several strategic recommendations for Innocraft Textiles Sdn Bhd to implement in 2025. These strategies aim to improve company performance and enhance its competitiveness in the market. So firstly, we recommend that the company avoids aggressive price increases. While raising prices might seem like an easy fix to improve revenue, doing so in a competitive market could backfire and could also lead to a loss in market share. Instead, maintaining a reasonable price point helps sustain customer loyalty. So our strongest recommendation is to adopt the marketing and operational efficiency plan. This strategy not only exceeds the 28% net income to sales target, achieving over 30%, but also combines cost-saving measures with revenue growth through an expanded sales volume. It is the most effective and sustainable approach among all the scenarios that we have done. So we also advise that the company considers transitioning into an in-house sales team. Compared to raising commission rates, an in-house team provides better cost control and scalability, which can result in higher long-term profitability. Lastly, Innocraft Textiles should continue investing in product innovation and digital marketing. However, any upgrades or marketing initiatives must be backed up by a clear cost-benefit analysis to protect the overall profitability. So by using cost volume profit analysis, management can make data-driven decisions and also set realistic financial goals, which helps to ensure the company's resilience in an evolving business environment.